I cannot believe what I just saw. Okay, I'm not even trying to be hyperbolic. I mean, you guys already know. Jaylen Brown gets traded for Paul George, 2028 unprotected first, 2031 unprotected first, and 2 seconds. Why on God's green earth did Brad make this deal? Dude, it still blows my mind. I mean, something had to go behind the scenes. Something had to. Because in no way does it make sense to even trade JB. That's what I've been saying. Well, not been saying, but that's what I've been kind of like hiding inside. Before, I trusted Brad. I'm like, hey man, I understand if you're wanting to double down because now things are really awkward after the Giannis conundrum and maybe the relationship cannot be repaired anymore. It's beyond fractured. But you also don't have to trade him, Brad. You don't also have to trade him. Like, I get if you want to see what's on the market, I guess, but, you know, that will piss off JB even more, and ultimately, you still have a good roster. I mean, I was literally just excited about the Mitchell Robinson signing this early afternoon. I'm like, we stole him from the Knicks? Awesome. Sure, he's not gonna be a consistent starter. I believe he has, like, stamina issues and free throw issues, but he's still a quality big on the market. Finding good centers is pretty dire these days, you know? I'm just like, make a little bit more minimum signings and you still have a talented group that I still view as the top 3 seed in the East, but now, not anymore. And not only that, I don't think I can trust Brad. Oh my god, okay, I don't want to go too far. Actually, I will, because Jaylen Brown, you trade Jaylen Brown to a rival in Philadelphia who just made history on us. Albeit, it's not like they didn't deserve it. If you've seen like my previous video, Philly deserved to win. However, you could just recoup from that loss, remember how things went wrong and try to learn from it, and instead you send a fringe superstar, or superstar, however you want to view him, however, to a rival. Like, he's going to see us 3 to 4 times a week, or not a week, 3 to 4 times a season, and just see red, alright? Like, he's just going to drop 30 on us, and not only do you trade him for one of the most oh my god, the copium is strong because I'm trying to like frame it as like one of the it's possibly up there as the worst contract in the current NBA, right? I mean, you can make some arguments for others. I know it's to make the salaries match because PG-13's contract is similar to JB, but difference is PG-13 is much older. He's entering 36 years old. I'm not trying to take a shot at anyone who's actually 35 or 36 watching this video. In real life, that is really young, but in basketball terms, there's a reason why we applaud LeBron for his longevity. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is he's injury prone. I mean, we know the whole ordeal. This is not a huge kept secret or anything. So the fact that out of all the people to match the salary, that's the player you go with? Not only do you trade him for a worse contract, you trade him for just 2 firsts? Like, there seriously has to be something behind the scenes. Is it Did Brad seriously just see like Paul George cook Derek White in every possession in that postseason series and think to himself like, yes, this is our next step? Because that's what it seems like. I'm seriously like, that's my current theory or conspiracy, however you want to frame it. Bro, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown, and Joel Embiid? And whoever's at the 4, most likely Dean Wade? Dude, I mean, I thought Philly was kind of in trouble, because they lost Kelly Oubre to the Pacers, but not anymore, man. Jaylen Brown's more durable, much more efficient scorer because he's literally in his prime, and has shown up in the biggest moments the most. Like, he literally has a finals MVP on his resume. And I know some people might bring up the flaws, like, oh, what about the dribbling with his left hand, and how he can have some tunnel vision sometimes with his push-offs, or how he gets lost on help defense. Yeah, I get that, but to me, all of those little worries, that's nothing compared to all the positives that he has brought to the city of Boston. Do not be mistaken by anyone who tries to frame this as a positive on Boston's side. No. Just look at any sort of JB's highlights. Regular season, postseason, it doesn't matter. He has showed up in I don't know how many moments, but I know it's definitely a lot. That big time corner shot against the Indiana Pacers. That fadeaway over Tim Hardaway Jr. in the finals against the Dallas Mavericks. He's still a really good defender as well, so I mean, good for Philly. 10 out of 10 times you do this, we don't even have to worry about the playmaking either because there's already so many threats in almost every position, right? Joel Embiid is guaranteed to attract as many doubles as he can. Tyrese Maxey, still one of the fastest fastest players in the entire league. He could totally collapse the defense. VJ Edgecombe is certainly going to improve, especially if he's more consistent with his perimeter shots. Leaving someone like JB open instead of someone like Paul George, that's a huge difference. Who cares about playmaking at that point? You have threats in nearly every position. Not to mention they also got Ariel Hikporti from the Knicks, so that's even more center depth. They just got the steal of the draft in LeBaron Philon. Justin Edwards can still light it up, and for some reason, it seems to be mostly against the Boston Celtics. Oh my god, if Embiid actually manages to play 60 to 70 games, dude, it could be wraps. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's not even like Dean Wade is that bad of a player either. He's another solid defender. Dude, this is just no way. Dude, Brad, besides the Vucevic trade, was doing such a good job. And even with the Vucevic miss, like, it was still fine because no one's going to be perfect. Even Sam Presti has his own misses here and there. But this is just pushing it. This is just so unfathomable to the eye. Okay, so on to Boston side of things. I'll try to keep this short as possible. For some reason, the only positive I could think of when I saw Paul George in this trade is his pick and roll chemistry with rolling bigs. I remember in his time with the Clippers, he and Zubac had such an underrated special connection. Whenever Big Zoo would roll to the rim, Paul George always does a phenomenal job in finding him. And I'll admit, I haven't watched as many Philly games, but from what I've seen some nice passes to Drummond and maybe Bona. I don't remember exactly, but you know, so maybe with the rolling Kada and newly acquired Mitchell Robinson, he can throw some lobs or pocket passes. I'm always a fan of good pick and roll sets. Solid defensively. I mean, he and Oubre gave JB a hard time. The copium. Look, man, I'm not even prepared for PG-13 to play 60 games at this point. If he does, you know what? Fine. That's honestly best case scenario because again, he's reaching 36. What else? The picks, right? The picks. How can we forget the picks? Look, it's true. We might not know what happened in 2031, but if a team gets someone in their prime, someone durable in their prime, like Jaylen freaking Brown, I'm not even sure how valuable that 2031 first is going to be. I mean, that 2028 first, that's likely going to be in the high 20s. And then 2031, that's like the only silver lining. But even if Embiid slows down, Maxey ain't going nowhere. You know, Edgecombe and Philon are certainly going nowhere. Dude, like, what on earth, man? What on earth? No, Philly's definitely top 3 seed. I don't care what happens the rest of the offseason. That's like my prediction. Okay, we'll see what happens. We'll see. Oh my goodness. All right, 76ers fans, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Share your thoughts. Celtics fans, this is a safe space. Don't worry. Yeah.